For Jim, did the advice change in the corner throughout the rounds as the fight was going on and George started to go down by a couple of rounds? Did you feel like you had to adjust the game plan, or what were you saying to George in the corners?
Oh, we basically just had to put more pressure on Devin, you know, and you just let Devin get too comfortable all the time. So if you're going to be comfortable with that jab, you know, you're not going to be able to get inside. So, you know, George had to basically just execute what we did at training, and the way we prepared was extremely well. I mean, we had a better camp this time round than what we did with Lopez. But if their game plan was to bank the rounds. And then if you're letting them bank the rounds with that jab and moving, and obviously, you know, there's no excuses at all, but the referee basically, you know, with the holding and stuff like that, you know, usually, you know, you get warned and maybe a point taken off. But when the other fighters, you know, his momentum is always stopped. You know, that there means that George's got to reset. But at that point, Devin's resetting with that jab. You know, so but look, there was a few mistakes there. We know that, it's evident. I mean, you know, we're professionals, mate. So the thing is, we're going to execute and look at it all, and you know, George has to start fast. That's what he has to do. He's got to make Devin uncomfortable from the get-go, not let him bank the rounds, and then he's playing catch-up. So George, actually in the 6th round, he started to roll, and he was very comfortable, and you could see he was starting to land. But you're playing catch-up. It's as simple as that. So some of the shots weren't as sweet, but that's the name of the game.
And what I would say too, he could have taken a much easier route here. I mean, there was a lot of money on the table just to fight anyone, and didn't have to go. Could have gone into the 22,000 seat indoor arena and sold it out, basically fighting anyone. And frankly, that's what most fighters do. He fought this for personal legacy. He also fought it for the good of boxing. And lastly, and I really mean this, he fought it for the good of Australian boxing. He believed that this country deserved a stadium fight with a great champion defending against the best available contender. When Loma went back to Ukraine to defend his country, he didn't make it an option for me to get anybody else. He said, you go make a fight with Haney, you do what you have to do to go make a fight with Haney. And I'm not going to tell you that I didn't say, are you sure about that? Because I did. But he wanted that not only for himself, wanted that he thought it was right for the sport, because the best need to fight the best. That's how we elevate our sport, but he also has a vision for the future of boxing in this country. We have a lot of up-and-coming young talent here. Boxing in this country has never been stronger than it is right now. And George making that decision to fight the best in a stadium here, draw 42,000 people, who I think came in and had a great time today. Applaud this man because he's a great champion.
Yeah, and that goes down to my confidence. We fight tomorrow, I'm going to beat him tomorrow, so that goes down to my belief in myself, and nothing changes. You know, we will change game plans again, and we'll make, you know, go back to the drawing board, but my confidence will always be at a sky high, and that's who I am as a person, as a fighter, and I think we all need to be confident in anything we do in life, so, you know, it is what it is. That's the sport. You know, tennis players, soccer teams, you know, rugby league teams, AFL teams, they lose, they win, they bounce back, and they win the championship at the end, so. It's not about where you finish. It's about you know, your next steps. This is not the end for me.
And not only that, it's the lightweight division. It's the hottest division. So if you have a look at what it's done in the past, you've had Lomachenko, the champ. He went out and chased Lopez for that last belt. Lopez beats him. George Kambosos being the mandatory unknown Australian in New York. He beats Lopez. Devin Haney comes down here, and that's great for boxing because you get champions constantly ticking over. You don't have got that one champ. So, you know, it's great for boxing. The lightweight division is the best division at the moment, and we get another opportunity at the end of the year with a rematch clause in Victoria. And I think this time around, you know, we just have to execute a little bit better, and just don't give him a bit of a head start. We've got to start fast.
Steve Cudeno, KOR Sports. So congratulations on putting on this incredible event here. It's because of you that we're all here. Looking at the jab and how that just was able to kind of neutralize, how do you, is it maybe footwork you got to work on to get into to move the head movement? What is it that you were lacking that he was able to land in?
I think when I started to apply the pressure in certain points of the fight, we saw how uncomfortable he was. I tried to bank on my counter punch because, as we know, I'm very destructive as a counter puncher as well. But he just worked that jab, you know, better than what I did with my jab, and got off a few times when I should have you know, put the pace a little bit more. But we saw when I started putting the pace, you know, he was in a point where he would hold, hitting with good shots, and I thought I was never hurt in the fight, not once. He was hurt, I feel, multiple times to the body and with some good shots to the head as well. But you know, that's what it's about. You know, he boxed well. You know, he used what he had to do to win the fight, and it is what it is. You know, he got the win tonight, and I'm sure I'll bounce back.